Welcome back to Python RPA. In today's lesson, we will learn about the loops activities. Let's get started. We will start with the for each activity. The entry parameters are as follows. First, an array or a dictionary specified in the first field. Next is the iterator variable. It is the variable which will cycle through an array or a dictionary. The indexing variable is a counter which will count how many times we have to go through the cycle. We will create an array. We will use the Run Python script card for that and enter an array of strings. We will call it test. It will have 4 elements in it. The values will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will return the value of the array in the text section of the card on the left side of the screen. We will specify the ID number of the script card in the first field of the for each activity. Thus, it will receive the value of the script card. We will call the iterator variable index raw. We will call index the indexing variable. The for each card has 3 exit nodes on the right side. The top node handles the actions of the cycle itself. We can add various cards to that node. They will be executed until the cycle is finished. The second node connects to the activities which will be started once the cycle finishes. In the run script card attached to the top node, we will return the value of the cycle iteration variable we specified in the for each card, and we will add the write card. In later versions of the software, this activity is called enter text. We will add it for demonstration purposes only, so that it is shown in the logs. In the Run Python script card attached to the second node, we will return the text saying done. We will see it in the logs. Let's start the process. As we can see in the logs, the first script of the process ran and it displayed the contents of the array in the logs. Then the for each activity started. Then we see the cycle start and return the value of the first element of the array, text as 1. Then the write activity is activated. Then the cycle continues. We see all of the values of the array, text 2, 3, 4, and the cycle ends. The text done is displayed. Now let's review the break loop activity. We will add it to the cycle branch. We will break the cycle when the cycle pulls the third element of the array. The index raw value will be equal 3. And let's start the process. The process starts. The break loop activity accepts the condition upon which the cycle is stopped. As we can see in the logs, there are only 3 values of the array displayed, 1, 2, and 3, instead of 4 values, and the word done at the end, meaning the cycle has finished. The break loop activity was triggered. The condition was met. Now we will review the for I activity. The for I activity is a loop where we set the number of cycles. The first field takes the start from integer. Let's set it for 5. Repeat until we set for 15. Then we have the step size field or the increment size value. We'll set it for 2. We give the name index to the indexing variable. We see 3 nodes on the right side of the card. The first one connects to the body of the cycle. The second node connects to the routine executed after the cycle. The third one handles errors. Let's add a Python script card where we'll return the value of the index variable we entered previously and start the process. When we enter the variable name into the card, we do not use curly brackets. However, when we enter the name into the text field, we need those brackets. The bot executes. In the long screen, we see the values of the index variable, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Every time the integer gets incremented by 2, the value gets printed. The next activity type is the while activity. It takes only one condition. Let's create a variable for it in the variable section and call it count. And let's give it a value 0. Let's enter a condition into the card. It is if variable count is less than 10, the activity will be active. Now the card also has 3 nodes. Let's add a script which will return the value of the variable, just to see it in the logs. We will further increment the variable count by 1. We will use the assign value card, enter the name of the variable in the first field and the incrementing operation in the second field. We will then attach the Run Python script card to the second node to show that the cycle has completed and return a string done in it. Then we start the process. And let's take a look at the logs. We see the while card was launched. The 0 value was printed since it was the starting value. Then we see the value consecutively incremented by 1 up to the count 9. When the count hit 10, it no longer fit the condition we set initially. The cycle was stopped. That is when the string done was printed. The process completed execution. Alright, we have completed the lesson. Let's review it. We have learned about 3 loop activities. The for each activity uses an array to loop through. The for I activity cycles a set by integers. The while activity requires a condition to be set. Thank you for watching this video, and come back for more lessons on Python RPA.